It seems that you really need an education on how this stuff works, and I'm going to give you one today.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into yet another explosive courtroom encounter featuring Judge Perkins and a Moorish sovereign citizen, Reginald Linton L. Now, if you've followed this channel, you know Judge Perkins has become a fan favorite for the way he dismantles sovereign citizen arguments with calm authority. But this time, things get wild. We're talking about drug charges, illegal entry, and a defendant who insists the law doesn't apply to him. Before we even get to the formal arraignment, this defendant goes on a 20-minute rant full of contradictions, pseudo-legal jargon, and claims of sovereignty. And trust me, the way Perkins responds is pure gold. Stick around, because this is one case you don't want to miss.
I don't think that you're going to entertain any offer from the city. I will say that the offer is pleading to one count of disorderly conduct, and I'll fine you $200.
I'm not contracted. I'm not going to contract with the city.
Let me finish what I have to do. Let me finish what I have to do, okay? As far as the procedure is concerned. This is
okay, let's go. Excuse me.
No. Let me finish and I'll answer your question. We're here on an arraignment for Mr. Reginald Linton L. On one count, entering without permission. That's entering dwelling without permission. That is ticket number U613222121, complaint number U613222121. The maximum possible penalty for that is 90 days in jail and or $500 in fine if you're found guilty of that. We're also here on complaint number U6132221 in violation of 38-11-2 of the City of Detroit Municipal Code. The other violation is 314-1 of the Municipal Code for the entering without permission. And then the possession of cocaine is in violation of 38-11-2. Both of them are punishable by maximum possible penalty of 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, sir, and I'll set a $0 personal. I'm going to set a $0 personal bond. Cocaine, and last time I checked, crack cocaine is not legal to have in the city of Detroit. This is the City of Detroit versus Reginald Ray Linton L. Case number is U6132221 and U6132221. Appearance for the record, please, or appear if he doesn't want counsel, then that's fine too. Do you want Ms. Hatcher to represent you, Mr. Linton L?
No.
All right. State your name for the record, sir.
I'm not here to contract with you. I'm just here as a meeting of the minds to get this case dismissed because there's no corpus delicti, and I'm not a state, federal, corporate entity. Ends ledges.
Here we see the first classic sovereign move, refusing to contract with the city. This language comes from a bizarre belief that the government operates as a corporation and can only exercise authority through so-called contracts. Of course, in reality, criminal law isn't optional. You don't get to ignore charges simply by saying you don't agree to them. It's like telling a cop that you don't consent to speed limits. You can say it all you want, but the tickets still coming. Judge Perkins knows this game all too well, and he's not about to let this derail the arraignment.
My documents speak for themselves. And
well, that's what I was talking
then
about.
There's the matter.
That's what I was
there's
talking
the
about.
Matter. Right. There's the matter of infringement.
All right. Are you done?
Oh, proceed.
Yeah, you said your documents speak for themselves, and that's what I was talking about. I spent the morning, part of the morning, reading all the documents that you provided, sir. And like I say, from what I can gather and from what I know about cases like this, you're trying to say that you're sovereign. The Constitution doesn't allow the city of Detroit or the state of Michigan to be able to police their streets and protect the health, safety, and welfare of their citizens, and that the laws that are codified under the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit do not apply to you. Is that correct?
Well, the thing of it is as it states here, if you read the document, as it states, I haven't harmed anyone. There's no corpus delicti. My going to visit someone.
It is a corpus delicti.
Where's the corpus delicti?
They indicate that you have crack cocaine on you in the city of Detroit. And the last time I checked, crack cocaine is not legal to have in the.
Notice how Perkins carefully outlines every charge and the maximum penalties. This isn't just procedure, it's also strategy. By calmly laying out the reality, he's taking control of the courtroom and reminding the defendant of what's really at stake. Up to 90 days in jail and $500 fines for each charge might not sound massive compared to felony cases, but the presence of cocaine possession makes this far more serious. Sovereign citizens often treat court like a stage 4 ideology, but Perkins is grounding the situation. This is about real criminal behavior, not philosophy.
Give you a prescription for it, and this is the allegation that they made. Now, I'll tell you this,
well,
I don't see any. Okay.
No, go ahead. Forgive me.
Okay, I'll tell you this. One thing I will acknowledge, I will acknowledge that as for the EWOP ticket, he did state in his pleadings that he was allowed to come in this house. He was invited in this house, and the house was fully furnished, and he was invited. So I don't know. I do have some question about that. I also have some. That's what trials are for. Yeah, that's what trials are for, and he's made that. He's at least made that case and asked for the crack cocaine ticket. I don't know. Is there any way to determine that it was actually crack cocaine? So those are issues that I have with the case. But as far as what you're filing, I don't. I really, the stuff that you've put together, it seems like you've taken a lot of time with it, but you're also kind of contradicting yourself in your own pleadings when you cite the Michigan Court Rule 2.02b that allows me, and it says that I can take judicial notice. And particularly in that document, it says, when discretionary, a court shall take judicial notice without request by a party of one, the common law, constitutions and public statutes enforced in every state, territory, and jurisdiction of the United States, and two, private acts and resolutions of Congress of the United States and of the legislature of Michigan, and ordinance and regulations of governmental subdivisions of agencies of Michigan, and the laws of foreign countries. So at one point, you're saying that these don't apply to you because of your sovereignship, but then you cite a court rule that's saying exactly the opposite. That I can take judicial notice because the judicial notice gives me power to say that they do have a jurisdiction over you.
Well, there is no subject matter jurisdiction, and also, again, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Going to this home where the guy unlocked the door and said what he stated. Now I went there to actually go.
Now I don't want you to listen. Let me stop you right now. I don't want you to state anything that may implicate you,
Incriminate
right?
you.
Incriminate you.
I
I don't want
understand
you to state anything that, because now is not the time to defend yourself against those charges. I'm just saying that I see that
Well-
in your pleading. Wait a minute, just let me listen. I see that in your pleading, and on its face, then I probably would agree with that. You know, if you go if somebody invites you to a home and it's fully furnished, it doesn't look like it's it looks like they own it and live there. I don't know. On its face, that sounds like a good argument in your behalf. I don't know what the police are going to say. I don't know whether they have the ability to say that this property was not theirs, the person that you claim it was. But for the most part, I thought the argument would be a pretty good argument. But all this other stuff that you filed, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no clue.
Well, you need me to elaborate? Exhibit 1.
I mean, well, like I say,
Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. That's actually expatriation. Exhibit 2.
And what is that? Say that again.
Expatriate.
What? And give me your understanding of what that means.
Well, in other words, I own what you would be going after.
Here's another red flag: refusing counsel. Sovereign citizens often claim they don't need an attorney because lawyers are officers of the court, and therefore part of the system they're fighting. What they don't realize is that this move almost always backfires. Without representation, they end up tangled in their own arguments, wasting time and missing critical defenses. Perkins tries to offer counsel anyway, showing he's protecting the defendant's rights, but Linton isn't having it. This sets the stage for exactly the kind of messy exchange we're about to see.
You're conveying, and it gave some consideration. Well, first of all, I'm looking at it like this. All right, are you saying that I'm conveying my estate of 814 Jefferson Avenue? Or because when I look at this conveyance of a deed, that means you're conveying some property to somebody. And then if you're looking at it, if I take what I believe you're trying to say, is you're trying to say I conveyed Reginald Linton estate to Reginald Linton L.
Correct.
But when you say that, then we're just saying, hey, Reginald Linton L can't go in the house without permission and can't have crack cocaine on him.
And I can go around and around and give it to you like it is. But
I'm not gonna spend too much more time on it. I'll let you state your but because this hasn't been responded to by the city. Then let me just go through with some other stuff that I said. You got a document, United States Department of State, to all to whom this present shall come. Greetings. I certify that the documents hereunto annexed is under the seal of the state of Tennessee, and that such seal is entitled to full faith and credit. Okay, I mean, are we talking about your birth certificate? That's full faith and credit. But you're not referencing any of these documents under the seal, so I don't know what you're talking about. Then you provide me
Sorry, go ahead.
Then you provide me what I had to go look up, that the world political asylum card and the world government of world citizens card. So I go to their website and I looked it up. And in the last paragraph of the world passport, it says a passport gains credibility only by its acceptance by authorities other than the issuing agent. So that in of itself for this passport to be authentic and people support it and recognize it, the other people beside the world passport people have to be able to say, I recognize that as an authority. And I don't know if the government of the United States recognizes this as any authority.
This is peak sovereign logic, handing the court stacks of documents filled with pseudo-legal jargon, obscure references, and nonsensical declarations of independence. Perkins even admits he read through them, which is more patience than most judges would show. But the problem is, none of these papers actually change the fact that the defendant is accused of trespassing and possessing drugs. It's like trying to fight a speeding ticket by filing a handwritten declaration that you're immune to traffic laws. It sounds impressive to the person saying it, but in court, it means nothing.
What you have before you is because, well, yeah, courts are operating under federal debt collection procedure, and all officials, federal and state.
I don't know where you get that authority and where you say that. You haven't cited that in your brief at all, and I don't know that to be true. I know that the courts are operating.
I know it. You say the court is operating under the Constitution.
Yes.
So if you're operating under the Constitution, why is there an Admiralty statutory maritime flag behind you?
I didn't get that. What did you say now?
I said, if you're operating under the Constitution, why is there a statutory maritime flag behind you?
A statutory maritime flag.
Yeah, that flag that you have behind you is a flag that actually belongs out at sea. You quote and preside over your Michigan citizens with are statutory and codes.
Right.
They're not common law.
They don't have to be common law. They've been codified. If you read the whole Constitution, the 14th Amendment gives the states the power to codify their laws. All right, so Mr. Lynch and L, today is only the date and time for arraignment in the matter. So
right. I want to, if you don't mind, I want to
leave here
again.
Leave. I don't want to see you with no clothes on, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Exhibit 5 is a certified document from the Library of Congress where there was an act to provide for a government for the District of Columbia, and which happens to be a municipal corporation, which happens to be where you are, a municipal corporation. Now, the document that you stated about the United States of America, United States is given full faith and credit and so forth, is where a legal search was done by my name. And see, I'm not my name. My name was given to me to distinguish me from you,